All right, gentlemen, we are back. We are at it for session number 6 tonight, believe it or not. We've come a long way so far. And I think there's only one person that has yet to do any recaps.
Yeah, I think that was Nayland, right?
I was actually first to do the recaps, so
Shit.
thank you kindly.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay. The last time.
Book's not here to help you.
I know, man. Shit. Book,
You
tell
can
him everything.
pretend.
Yeah. Hey, Book, so what happened last time? Okay, so last time, we left Verinto, heading towards, it's called Kracknar, following a book, because, people think Czar's crazy, but we're still following a book, whatever. I digress. On the way to Kracknar, we met up with some people that Nayland and Holgrim definitely recognized, from Vallican, Marshall, Corvin, and Sigurd, and then their friend Pinlay had died in an attack from these crazy creatures. So we decided to help them out. We travel a little bit, we camp, and in the middle of the night we get attacked by these crazy creatures that killed Pinlay. We fight them off, but one escapes. And then we don't get a long rest because the guys were chicken shit the entire night, being scared of the Zarya's most of the time. So
Sure.
tired and exhausted, the group traveled to Vallican. And once we reach Vallican, we meet the wife of Pinlay, who is crying and is uncontrollable about her husband's death. And then a small gnomish man named Orston, who unfortunately passed away, R.I.P. Orston, later on. He told us about everything and all the crazy adventures that are not crazy adventures, but the heroism that Nayland and Holgrim had done in their town. So we go to the what was that place called? The stopover. We went to the stopover, got some brews, then headed over to the funeral of Pinlay, where Orston died. R.I.P. Orston. Yeah, he dies, and then we get attacked by a couple of those beasts again, and this one big beast, and we're fighting off, and yeah, that was last time.
All right, beautiful.
Damn. That was so good.
You did such a good
Excellent.
job. Next time we're going to go back to rolling, because everyone's gone through a round of recaps.
That's
Okay.
terrifying.
Well, that's
That's
alrighty
how,
then.
That's how long we've been at it, believe it or not.
So much fun.
And we're all still here. This is great. I haven't run any of you off yet.
I'm as surprised as anyone that everyone's still here.
Emphasis on the yet. I don't know.
Alrighty, perfect. Thank you very much, Zar, for the recap. Much appreciated. Okay, so you guys ended off at the stopover at the end of last session, taking in the events that had just transpired. So morning comes. You all leveled up during your time over your long rest. And you're waking up in the stopover. So what do you guys want to do?
Nayland's probably gonna just wake up and get some breakfast just to start the day.
I think Zara will wake up, kind of have an epiphany, I think I learned something new, and open his book and start scribbling down some crazy ideas for spells.
For Midas, he doesn't have to sleep that long, so after he got his good old 4 hours, he's just tinkering away at blueprints, working on his outfit and adding some symbols to it, kind of turning his current armor into his arcane armor.
Awesome.
Okay.
So Mice is working through the night there. Holgrim, go ahead.
Yeah, I think Holgrim would probably, when he wakes up, kind of go downstairs and make his way to kind of the outskirts of Vallican, and maybe spend a little time in nature there, and kind of just look off towards the north and where we're headed next.
Awesome. And Eladrin, what are you up to?
I'm just gonna, hang out here in the back with, with the guys. Be like, hey, just gonna, stay with you. I don't care where we go, what we do, just as long as we do it together.
Awesome. So a lot of you guys, you kind of do your own things, maybe contemplate some of the events that transpired, work on these new epiphanies that have just popped into your head, working on some inspiration that came to you in the nighttime, maybe. And eventually you all meet up downstairs at the bar of the stopover. And Quinn comes down bringing you guys food and some water to start off the morning, maybe some tea for some of you. And she also brings over a small little chest. She comes up to you guys and says, well, rather unfortunate what happened to Orston and some of the other villagers last night, but thank the Lord that you guys were here to help protect us.
Which Lord are we thinking?
Well, we over here like to offer our thanks to Sylvanus. Sure Holgrim could tell you a little bit more about them.
Yeah. So, Sylvanus is a god of nature, basically.
Nature.
He has there's a shrine to him a little northwest of here in the Nokolan Forest, which is where I did a lot of my training to become a paladin. He's kind of interested in keeping the balance of nature going. Especially on a place like Stellaris. We have this very unique ecosystem here. All these animals, plants. Nobody really knows where they came from, and he stresses kind of being good stewards of that and not destroying the natural habitat that we've been given.
All right. Okay. Sure. Yeah, okay. Thank that Lord. That's okay. We will do this.
Eladrin. God.
What? I just wanted to know, man.
Well, anyways, Baylor was going through Orston's things, and he's kind of in charge around here now with Orston's unfortunate passing. But going through his things, he found this chest here that was a little bit of Orston's savings, and Baylor felt that it was appropriate that we give it to you guys since you did all that fine work protecting the village as best you could. And she'll open it up, and it is a chest, a small kind of chest filled with about 50 gold pieces.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of gold.
Yeah.
It's
So I-
quite a bit.
I think Eladrian kind of looks back at, the group. Typically the guy that would totally be the money grabber. But, is this something that we want to take from them? Is this something we need to give back to the city? What do we do here?
It's a lot of gold, and these people have suffered greatly. I think they should keep it for their repair.
I think also the families who have lost people to these attacks might be able to better use some of that gold than we could.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would love to have the gold. I really want to get my loot back because I do not have the money to pay for it. But, I kind of agree. I think we should kind of give this back, somehow.
Well, it seems we've came to a consensus.
I mean, are you guys sure about this? We're very much willing to offer you this reward for helping protect our town.
Okay,
Mhm.
I mean, you twisted my arm. I will take it.
Oh,
Elijah.
Elijah, maybe we should, you wanna, I
Oh,
don't know.
Do you want to
split
vote?
that?
I guess we can
Oh.
vote.
Oh,
want to vote?
yeah, voting works too. Yeah.
Alright. All in
that's what I
favor
wanted.
of giving the money back to the people. And I will nail erase his hand.
I raise my hand as well.
Alright.
Midas will like look around, and then once he sees that two people put his hand up, he's gonna like half raise his hand. Like,
Midas.
He puts his
okay,
metal-
okay. He puts his hand all the way
metal
up.
hand, like, not really a hand.
Sorry, Ladrin. Look how tall he is. I mean,
Okay, so I mean, okay. I guess well, Czar,
Yeah.
what do you think? I mean,
I mean, I really need the gold, but if we're giving it back, I guess that's the right thing to do.
all right, we will do it. Okay, we will give it back, even though they said we could have it 2 times now, but that's fine.
If you say it a third, maybe they'll agree.
Whatever.
Well, looking a little bit in shock and disbelief, Quinn says to you guys, "Well, thank you guys so very much. We'll put this money to great use. I swear it." And she's kind of in shock as she closes back the chest and brings it behind the bar.
Midas will wrench a little bit as he like sees the chest close. Like,
She puts the chest behind the bar and comes back to you guys and says, well, what are you guys off to now? Are you planning on staying for a little bit longer, or are you heading out?
Think it best we get going as soon as we can. Agreed?
yeah, we do have
Yep.
something to do, right, guys? And I like gesture towards the book.
The book again. Yes.
We're following the book. Let's go.
All right. Which direction?
Did you guys have a destination in mind? Are you heading up to Kracknar, or are you going over to Lackshire?
It seems we're heading more north towards Kracknar.
Oh, Kracknar can get pretty cold. You guys got some warm clothes?
I have a blanket.
I have a blanket.
I guess blankets are pretty warm.
Will that suffice?
It was provided to me by my Doom Guide. So I'm sure it will be more than acceptable.
This is the one that I got too, right? The same. It's a magical blanket.
Not magical.
Damn. Okay. Well, I
Normal blanket.
If you would have just told me, I might have believed it.
It.
But okay.
You know
You
what,
don't believe a lot of things, huh?
Eladrian? It is magical.
I knew it. I knew this was a magical blanket. Ha! Yes.
Well, do you mind if I take a look at the blanket?
I mean, who is talking to me?
This is Quinn.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You can have a take a look.
So she'll kind of just like outstretch her hand, just waiting for you to give her one of the blankets.
Yeah, kind of like tiptoe over and just like and I kneel forward with the blanket in my hand, like a graceful, like present to like a king or something with a blanket.
Quinn's also a halfling, so you're kind of still like, now you're at like eye level with her. So she takes it from you and kind of like runs her hands through it, feels it, and she says, "Well, this this might be a little thin for, to keep yourselves warm on your way up to Kracknar. I'll tell you what, since you guys have been so nice and accommodating and giving back the gold, why don't you could head over to the store. It's called the I Gotcha store, and
What a clever name for a store. I must meet this owner.
Go tell Momac that, just tell him that Quinn will cover the tab for you guys for some warmer blankets.
Oh, okay.
What
I
was
got
the
you.
place called again?
Well, it's the general store, and it's called the I Gotcha.
I gotcha.
That's the one.
That's a name.
Hmm.
Well,
We want to go there.
well, I wish you guys the best of luck, and Holgrim, Nayland, so nice to see you again. Unfortunately, under the not the best circumstances given everything that's happened, but we are so thankful that you guys showed up when you did. We won't know what to do if you weren't here. I'm sure things would have been a lot worse.
I'm very sorry this has happened in the first place. It makes no sense.
I'm glad we were able to be of some help.
She nods and kind of goes back behind the bar and starts cleaning some glasses and things like that.
Shall we head to the general store?
Yeah, to the I gotcha.
Yes,
Yes,
There.
to the I gotcha.
to the I gotcha.
What would you get me?
So clever.
All right, and as you guys get up and go leave, Quinn from behind the bar, she says, "Just head out to the right, and you'll be able to see. It's a big sign over one of the houses, just about 3 doors down."
Thank you, Quinn.
Oh, you're much obliged. I'll see you guys later, hopefully.
He gives like a very small bow. A very small bow before they're exiting.
And then Eladrian kind of like mimics the bow, like looking quizzically like, okay, sure, let's do this again. Yes. I'll also bow.
I'll tilt my hat and shake my head, like, what the fuck is Eladrian doing? Before walking out the store with everybody.
Perfect. All right, so you guys head over to the general store. Is that where you're going?
To the I gotcha.
To the I gotcha.
I gotcha.
All
Love
right.
the I gotcha.
Nayland, how tall is Nayland?
Oh, let me check that. I have it written down.
I think he's 7 something.
He's definitely 7 something. He is 7'4".
Okay,
Wow.
big boy.
Wow.
All right, so as you go make your way to the general store, Nayland, you're gonna have to, you're gonna be a little bit hunched over inside the general store here. But as you guys enter into the store, a large, burly Goliath man roughly in about his 50s, who's standing at about 6'7". Even his head's just like skimming the top of the store, so he doesn't have to hunch down, but his head's just like skimming the top of the roof. He turns around, looks at you guys, and says, "What can I do for you?"
We are here to get better blankets and things and maybe other stuff because we are getting to be to Kracknar. Who?
Nail steps in front. We need supplies to go to Kracknar to face the cold
Yes.
in the environment.
Thank you. So eloquent.
Heading up to Kracknar, are you? Okay. Well, I mean, I got you whatever you need over here, but what are you guys looking for in particular? You guys got some like warm blankets or anything like that?
It is very strange you ask about the warm blanket. That is exactly what we came here for.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have maybe like some, hey, hang on. hold on. Let me talk to my friend here. Hey, Midas, psst,
What do you want?
can you like sew these blankets into like, a jacket?
You could just ask for a jacket.
Oh, okay, I thought you just, wanted to be involved, man.
I'm plenty involved. I'm here, am I not?
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So blankets. Yes, you have blankets.
Or warm clothing.
Can I? You also have a book cover? My book gets cold.
A book cover.
And a book cover.
Well, I don't know about a book cover, but, well, we definitely got some warm clothing and some warm blankets if you need it.
Nice.
I just have a general question about Fulgrim. Like, would he need extra stuff to go north to Kracknar, or am I just kind of used to it?
I would say that, you know how cold Kracknar gets. You would think you need probably at least just with what you're wearing, you probably just need like something to kind of cover over top of you to kind of cut the wind a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'd ask him then. Just do you have something like a heavier cloak that would be useful against the cold?
I gotcha. And he's gonna go to the back and takes a couple of minutes. You hear some rummaging around, some things kind of topple over in the back. You hear him say, "Gosh, damn it!" And then he comes back with 5 very thick fur-lined cloaks. Looks like they're kind of made out of like a wolf or like a bear pelt. And he presents 5 of them to you guys.
Ooh.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Can I reach out to feel like the quality of it?
Yeah, go ahead if you want to like make an investigation check to kind of check the quality of it. You're more than welcome to.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, do it.
Give me something good.
These might be a little bit heavy, but they'll keep you warm. Minus, they're pretty average quality. They're nothing special. It's kind of something anyone would get.
Yeah, this is perfect for y'all. I kind of like look kind of shady. Like, yeah, this is good.
Okay, if it is good enough for the golden needle and thread, it is good enough for me.
What do you call?
Nayland takes us.
You can't even afford golden needle and thread.
So how y'all paying?
That would be on Quinn's tab.
Yes, you know Quinn, right?
I know Quinn quite well.
Yeah, so how much would this cost normally?
Usually about like 3 gold apiece, usually.
So you're saying this would be 15 gold altogether?
He kind of counts on his fingers. Takes a little bit longer than you'd think it should. But yeah, 15, that's right.
Okay, so what if I say to you that we are to be putting this onto Quinn's tab, right? And because you are a friend of Quinn, we also get a friend bonus of 30% off. So it's only going to cost us about 10. How's that for a deal?
That sounds like good
charge us
business
10,
to me.
And then, you put it on Quinn's tab. And then, just because we are also friends, like Quinn said, we have an additional 40 in credit, whatever we want.
I like that.
That does make a lot of sense.
It does. I've also worked in the clothing business, and we do make a lot of deals like that.
A lot of math.
The large Goliath man takes a very long pause, trying to process. You see the gears turning in his head, trying to process the fast talking that Eladrian just laid down there. And about a minute later, he goes,
A minute.
Well, if Quinn's paying for this, then that means you guys aren't paying for this. And that means you're not paying for this. So I'm
How-
not giving you more of a discount on anything else.
How about this? We may not be paying for this in money, but we are paying for this in blood. We are paying
We
for this
are?
in sweat. We have already paid for this in many more ways than you can possibly imagine. And really, it's not that big of a deal. And I keep trying to persuade him one way or the other. I'm like, hey, it's okay to give us the additional 30% off. It's just fine. You're going to love doing business with us.
Are you guys gonna be repeat customers or something?
I mean, until we use up all of the credit from Quinn, that guy over there, that one, right? At least until then.
Well, Quinn said she's covering these cloaks for you guys. I think that's more than enough credit, don't you think? We're not a very rich town, you know.
He has a point. These are not the best quality.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
I think we should.
I guess as a side note, right? I got confused. I thought there was 50, so I was like, oh, 50 coins we gave back to the city. That's 15 credit that we're gonna get at the store. But I guess it makes sense that we're just getting these cloaks. So I get it now. So yeah, okay. You know what? How about this? 12. Not
What-
that doesn't matter. You're just
once
gonna give,
again,
you're just gonna give them to us. Just do that. Just the cloaks.
He's just gonna hand it to Holgrim. He's like, here you go.
We're very thankful for the cloak, for the cloak, and please tell Quinn thank you for the generosity as well.
Thank you.
Eladrian looks like he's accomplished something. Everybody's really confused. Like, what just happened?
And the large gentleman, Goliath gentleman, says, "Well, if there's anything else you need, well, I got you."
Many thanks.
Zara walks out with like shaky knees, like trying to hold the cloak. Guys, thanks for the cloaks. This is pretty heavy.
All right. So what are you guys gonna do now?
Suppose we
Kracknar.
should check where the book wants us to go.
All right, book. Let's do it again. And I'll open up the what's it called? The Crimson Sun book, and I'll say compass.
And when you say compass, you feel the book pull due north from Vallican towards Kracknar. Holgrim, you know that it's pointing towards Kracknar. You can kind of see it moving in that direction.
Okay. Is it still doing that thing where there was like a second pull kind of to the west, or is it just going right to Kracknar?
So, Zar, you feel the book pull north with a pretty good, like, tug to it. But you also feel a much lighter tug towards the west.
Yeah, the book's still pulling to the west as well, but just slightly. It's mostly north.
Maybe we should try the stronger one first.
Kracknar, then.
Agreed.
Does everyone have what they need?
Yeah, I'm personally good. Are you so you could be able to walk with that coat on? You seem like you're struggling just a tiny bit.
Oh, don't worry. And he'll walk around, climb on the back of Holgrim. I'll be good.
Oh, that's definitely one solution.
Thanks, Holgrim. And I'll pat him on the back.
Good.
Don't mention it.
Every day I wonder, what was the qualifications for those letters? We should probably get moving though. I don't think we should waste any more daylight. We already lost a day dealing with this trouble here.
Mm-hmm.
Onwards.
All right, and Holgrim, since you're from Kracknar, you know that it's about 2 days' journey from Vallican to Kracknar.
All right. So yeah, I relay that to everybody.
Perfect. Holgrim, do me a favor, roll a d20 for me.
All right.
Mm.
11.
All right, perfect. Okay, and do me a favor, just roll a d6 for me.
Uh-oh.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right, awesome.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
All right, so you guys make your way out of Vallican, heading due north to Kracknar, this small town where quite an eventful night that just transpired is getting smaller and smaller behind you as you trek up north. The first day, you guys feel the chilly winds start blowing a little bit. You can feel the hard ground with almost like the ground is a little bit frostbitten. It's a lot more firmer and compacted than what you're used to walking on. You guys start to see some bits of snow falling from the sky, very gentle snowflakes kind of falling and landing on your heads and your cheeks. It's not, extremely bitterly cold, but you're all definitely glad that you traded up for the warmer cloaks than the blankets. The blankets were a little bit thin in order to kind of protect you from the elements here, but you guys continue your journey, and so far it's just been a nice normal day. So I'll give you guys a little bit of time to do a little bit of role playing.
It's getting a bit colder as we get up here. Haven't been to Kracknar often. Anyone
that's-
frequent visit?
I spent most of my life in Kracknar. Actually, it definitely gets colder the further north you go. But this is my first time seeing snow in quite a while. Actually, feels nice. Feels like home.
I've
Right
got to
you are.
admit, I've never been here. I've had a few customers from Kracknar, of course, but stepping foot at this place, never done it.
We didn't have snow back where I'm from. Mostly just love forestry.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing snow as well.
I was quite confused the first time I saw it, as I saw a few children making sculptures, almost like people. Out
You
of
mean
the
snow angels?
No, they were out of like large snow spheres.
Ah, snowman.
Yeah, snowmen.
Those sound dangerous. What are snowmen?
Not sure.
Ah,
Be
it's just a
attacked.
way to pass the time with the snow. You make a little bit of a simple sculpture resembling a person. Something that children do for fun.
Oh, so that means Zar, you would love to do that then.
Children
Hey,
make
man, I'm
snow
30.
effigies for fun.
Yep. Yeah, it's part of the it's the way they do things. Pass the time, play around in the snow. Have you ever seen a snowball fight? That can be
No.
quite fun.
You're
Is
just
there like a
throwing cold water on each other. I don't
That sounds
understand.
messy.
It's not wet.
well? I mean, once it hits you and starts to melt, it gets good.
I mean, I've heard a. It is yes. Okay, I guess you're right. When it melts.
Is it kind of like this? And he'll shoot a ray of frost out into the distance. Is that
Does
a
it
snowball
hurt?
fight?
Is it damaging?
Snowballs aren't really supposed to be damaging. I think every once in a while you get a little ice on them. But the general idea is not to actually cause any harm to one another.
that better than the ray of frost?
I mean, a snowball doesn't necessarily hurt unless you have like a rock in the middle.
Why
you do
would you
that?
have a rock in the middle of Adrian?
I mean, if if other kids are throwing them at you, or and you,
A
never mind.
tactic to trick your enemies.
I thought this was a kid game.
Yeah, if you never, kids are mean, man.
Oh, so
It's
it's
gonna be
something
a
that
little brutal.
Midas would do. Okay.
Excuse me?
Hey man, you're mean to me. Okay.
Fair. Can't be mad about that one. It's not my fault. You just make it easy.
I mean, I've been to Kracknar a handful of times, so
So I guess you could say you're in your element, huh?
I mean, yeah, I was,
Nayland sighs deeply. So deeply.
I grew up nearby, so yeah.
So you know
Where'd
where
you
we're
grow up?
going.
So I know what?
You know where we're going.
Yeah, I know.
No, Eladrin, I have to give it to you. I think this is the longest you went without whipping out an instrument. I'm proud of you. I just knew you could shut up just for a little bit.
It just it's weird to think about going back to Kracknar after these years.
What happened at Kracknar? Did
Do
you?
tell.
Nothing happened. Nothing. I just haven't been back in a long time.
Can I
Mm,
make an insight check against him?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Nayland kind of just like looks real close at him. 13.
All right, Eladrian, you can answer or whatever you want to do, however you want to answer the question.
Yeah. So your insight check's bigger than my passive insight. So sure, I guess you win whatever. But yeah, I've.
Well,
Nothing
you can
happened.
roll. You can roll like a persuasion or deception, or you don't have to say
Oh,
exactly
okay.
what it is, but you can just roll like a d20, so it doesn't say whichever skill you're using.
Okay.
And then just add whatever modifier for whatever ability.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So so I explained that this is not, and nothing ever happened here at Kracknar. I mean, I came down quite often as a child as I was growing up.
Oh, I see.
Where
Just
did you
haven't-
live that was
Haven't been,
so close
haven't
to
been
Kraken?
back. Well, I mean, so I lived a little, even a bit farther to the north. I had a cave that I lived in on the side of on the side of the mountain, on the side of Stonecaster Mountain.
you lived in a cave.
Well, yeah,
Caves are not that bad.
That
it
makes
was
cool.
so much sense now that I think
it
about
was
it.
this cave was passed down to my family for generations.
You have a generational cave.
I also had a generational cave.
No,
Yes.
Just everybody should have a generational cave.
where
I don't.
yeah,
That makes sense, Gar.
where is your cave, Nayland?
Mine was located behind a waterfall.
Oh, see, that is
where we went to bathe. Just me and my family, of course. Not the rest of the Furbolg folk.
that sounds like paradise compared to mine, man. It is so cold up there. Now there is no water for miles until we get down into over by the lake by Kracknar.
Sounds like you had a rocky growing up.
It wasn't necessarily rough, as you know. You see, I am an Ergenasi, yes. So like,
So you lived in a cave as
I lived in the tallest. The winds that whip around Stonecaster Mountain are famous, far and wide. And
Sure.
it is with this wind that I grew up and I trained my lungs with this wind and with this air.
That's quite the story, Eladrin. You know, you are very You're a character, you know that.
I believe
And
him.
I'll like pat his shoulder.
That's why you're so good at bagpipes.
It is one of my. You are absolutely. I love you, son.
Love you too, buddy.
So is this like Eladrian's story about Stonecaster Mountain and the winds? Like, is that something that I would have heard growing up in Kracknar, or is that something that only the Genasi knew about?
You might have seen, there's not many Air Genasi that live up in Kracknar. There's a very few that do live up there. You might have seen some of them kind of almost take like almost seems like a little bit of like a pilgrimage almost from Kracknar to the Stonecaster Mountains. You'd only really see them come into town. You wouldn't know exactly where they left to go to. You might have heard it in passing, kind of as you were growing up, to say that some Air Genasi live up in the mountains, but no like specific families that you are aware of. So this is kind of like almost like it's like a putting two and two together for you.
Okay, cool.
Alright. So you guys have been traveling for a while. It is coming on to nighttime. There's not too many areas that are... there's not like many trees around your area following the path that you're taking. So you guys are kind of out in the middle of the road. But thankfully, it's a very clear night in the sky. It has stopped snowing, and the temperature is quite comfortable for you guys right now. So what do you guys want to do?
Is it a full moon?
The moon is not full anymore.
Okay, just in case.
Oh, God.
Kind of looks full, but it's not like all the way full. Kind of like that first night after a full moon, where it's like a sliver is like missing.
I'm curious how much snow actually fell. Like, is there a good amount on the ground, or was it just kind of a light snow?
It was a very light snow on your way up for the first day of travel. It might have like reached up to like maybe just like an inch or two on the ground of like fresh snow around you guys. Maybe we'll say like 3 inches of fresh snow. It's light and fluffy as well.
Light and fluffy.
Some fresh powder.
Perfect for snow angels.
Yeah, I think Holger might just kind of start maybe doing some snow angels, maybe trying to make like a smaller snowman just to kind of get back to something he used to do when he was younger, and just to show everybody else, what we were talking about on the way up here.
Yeah, Eladrian totally laughs and just jumps right down next to him and starts making one also. Just like, oh, look, childhood memories, yes!
Malin makes one, but it's not like made of like spheres. It's more like he just heaps like a very large pile of snow together and kind of tries to make a face with it.
Aren't you guys worried about getting dirty? Do you know what that snow's been?
It's just snow.
The snow came from the skies.
Wow. Thank you, Eladrian.
That's where it's been. I mean, you asked where the snow has been. It has been in the sky.
Sky water is the cleanest there is.
I don't think that's that
Well,
true.
actually, if it like precipitates from like a contaminated body of water and then it freezes and then it falls, then it just be contaminated snow.
I have no idea what you said.
Thank you, Zara. I also don't know what that means, but thank you.
I read it somewhere.
All right, but so I want to. Holgrim, are you still on the ground making a snow angel?
I think now I'm kind of like rolling up a couple balls to make a snowman, just kind of off in my own world a little bit.
Is anyone else making a snow angel still? I wanted to pick somebody up and try to like tell a story, right, as a bard again, and just be like, so look, when you come up, when you make a snow angel and you stand up from yourself, it is ruined because there are footprints everywhere. But look, I have helped up Holgrim, and now as I have helped him up, there are no footprints, and the snow angel is perfect. And so as a team, we can do things better together, and just try to make this like a warm, fuzzy feeling for everybody.
I'll just blink at Eladrin. Wow, you have such a way with words.
That kind of looks like fun. And Zara will hop in the snow. Doing a snow angel.
Yes. Yes, use your arms like this. Good. like a little snow angel lesson.
Yeah. He'll start like flailing a little bit, like confused at first.
Nailing kind of just stares at this awkward, like, just what is
So is Midas. He's like standing like a good distance away from them, just watching, half in
What are
fear,
they
half
doing?
in like, I don't know.
Yes, then I get up and I help Zara up. I grab his hand and pull him up so there's no footprints inside of the angel.
I'm just watching like all the snow get on like the cloaks. It's like, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, wow, this is true, Eladrin. It's like perfect now without the footprint.
Yes, this is what I wanted you to understand.
goodness.
Whew, there we go. Friendship.
Wow.
Power.
All right. So what are we? Is this? Did I hear right? It's getting late now. The moon is out. Or are we? Do we need to have like set up a watch or whatever?
It's you're kind of out in like a very open field, so you can kind of see everything from quite a ways away. There's no forest that's really too close by to you, but you guys are kind of planning on stopping for the night. This would be a good time to stop for the night. Put it that way.
Do we want to build a fire, or is that kind of we don't want to attract anything?
Yeah, it's fucking cold, man. I want a fire. Absolutely.
Yes, we might need a fire.
Should we clear an area out so we can like set up our sleeping bags and the fire?
Yeah.
Maybe we can build a wall, like a fortress out of the snow. No.
I'm not touching that snow.
Like an igloo, like an Inuit.
Yeah, like we built a bunch of like snowmen around us. It's like protection.
How cold is it outside? Is it like is it one of those places where if I throw boiling water into the air it freezes?
Not that cold currently.
So the way that igloos and shit are built, right? Like they actually have fires on the inside, and so it melts the inside and turns it to ice. Is it cold enough for that kind of thing to happen, so that we could actually build like a little fortress if we wanted to?
I'm not gonna stop you.
All right, guys, do you want to try this?
Although the snow might not be the best for it.
Not the best packing snow.
No.
The guy from Texas is trying to figure out the snow. Good idea.
Same. Louisiana, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you have fun with that, Eladrian. These hands are not meant for it.
Yes, I think I
Building
prefer sleeping by a
igloos?
campfire.
Maybe we can
Alright.
like snuggle tonight, to keep each other warm.
This is all get away from you.
I've read in a book that like mammals all huddle together in cold situations. That way, no one like dies from like frostbite. Might be a smart idea.
I mean, he's not wrong.
If any of you feel as though you are about to die from frostbite, you may use me for warmth.
Holgrim,
That does not go for me. Do not come near me.
Holgrim and
Just-
Eladrin, just roll a history check for me.
To be fair, Nayland, I feel like I'm gonna die all the time, so.
Alright, given your two familiarity with this area, you guys get the sense that it's not gonna get super cold where you need to do that. But however, you know, you got a sneaking suspicion Zar just might do it anyways.
Dude, I cuddle with Holgram every night. I don't know if everyone knows that, but
This
I
was
didn't
not
realize
public
that
knowledge.
either.
it's all
Holgrim's a
about
very
you.
sound sleeper, so he doesn't really know what's going on.
All right, so you guys set up a small little campfire. You get your sleeping bags out. You're just, you know what, even just with the sleeping bags and the fire nearby, you guys are feeling, you know, pretty comfortable in your bedrolls there. Does anyone want to take watch at all?
Just who wants to go first?
I mean, I'll start.
I can take a second watch, no problem.
I'll go first as well with Eladrin.
All right.
Sounds like a plan to me. But Eladrin, if you wake us up with that music again, just know that might be the last time you ever play a single note ever again. Got it? Cool.
I mean, okay.
I'll like get into like little bed thingy.
A bedroll.
And there we go, bedroll. Now I'll turn away from Eladrin so I don't have to look at him.
Wow. Okay. So, all right. Yep. Okay.
Sneakily like go up behind Midas and kind of just like slowly lay down in my bedroll, trying to make sure he doesn't notice. Just fall asleep.
Get the fuck away from me, Zar.
What? How'd you know?
I'll like slowly turn my head towards him. Get the fuck away from me.
When you turn your head, you just see Zara cuddling the owl, and the owl's eyes are just like looking at you like.
The owl's head's like turns around like it's like 180. It's red eyes staring at you.
Oh my god.
All right, so Eladrian and Holgrim, you guys are first up on watch. Roll perceptions for me.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right, Holgrim, you're a little bit caught up in reminiscing kind of about your past. You're maybe a little bit worried about going back to Kracknar after such a long time being away from your family. Eladrian, your eyes are on the prize. You're very focused, which is not like you. But you guys don't see anything of worry on your watch. So it goes by without any incident.
I knew it would be good when I did it. Last time it was a tragedy. My God, who am I waking up?
Me.
Naylan.
Right.
Yes, it is your turn, my friend.
Right.
Okay.
Sleep
Alright.
well.
You do.
Kind of pats him on the back before going to watch.
Now nothing happened. And he yawns and just like starts passing out as he says nothing happened.
They're kind of just like post up, sitting cross-legged. Maybe like in his free time, just talking and communing with the plants. As he's like taking watch.
Okay. There's not too many plants that you can see. It's kind of just like very tough, like grass that kind of breaks its way through areas that might have less compact snow on top of it, like from the wind kind of blowing the snow, and some grass kind of emerges from underneath. So not too many plants that you see around you, but roll perception for me.
Absolutely. That is an 8.
All right. So you roll an 8, and in the distance you can see there's like a forest, but it's quite a ways away from you guys. There's nothing that would be able to take you by surprise. But you do hear some howling of wolves in the distance. But that's all that you really catch during your watch.
Okay. Great.
And that's nothing else happens on your watch. It goes by without any issues.
Can I wake everyone up to I'm gonna use some of my rations to and like some of the herbs to make like a very nice a nicer breakfast than usual, a hot meal in these cold climates.
Like
Over
a-
a campfire.
Like
you
an
can definitely
omelet?
do that.
Absolutely.
Like an omelet with like some tarragon and mushrooms.
Just thinking spice up our meats, like kind of like char it over the campfire.
Oh yes,
You can definitely do that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna boost the fire.
Just something a bit better. Yeah, I'll wake everybody up to that. If I may.
You very well may. Everyone kind of is roused by the smells of some fragrant cooking going on, and you all kind of wake up and see Naylin at the helm of the fire pit there, cooking up a storm.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, it was.
Morning,
I was having a dream, but this is so much better than that. This smells incredible.
Different land. Seems like we would all appreciate a warm meal in our bellies for
You
facing
see,
these winters. Or these
Vallican,
cold.
this is a good thing to wake up to. Not whatever you be planning, but this. Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah, I'll write that down.
Yes, good. Take notes.
See, so Nalen's good at cooking, Ladder's good at music.
Zar, don't say it.
Midas, whenever like you wake us up, maybe you can be like sewing us something or knitting us some uniforms.
Oh my god.
I saw that one coming.
Knitting.
I'm gonna
What's
get
wrong?
you stuck to your bedroll and keep talking to me, Zar.
But that's your skill. I'm so confused.
Stay confused.
Stay confused.
What? Anyways, thank you again, Alan. You know, at least there's
But-
somebody tolerable in this group of ours.
Yes.
What's so funny, Ladrin?
This entire interaction. Are you kidding me, man? This was great. This was like dinner and a show, except it was breakfast. Like I am an entertainer, and I know entertainment when I see it. This was entertainment.
Yeah, it's probably better than whatever you can do, huh?
I mean, well, man,
Harsh words.
that's your tongue is very sharp.
Maybe that's my talent, Zara.
Was that harsh words?
Ah, yes.
You're pretty good at that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, I guess.
Your tongue is sharper than a two-edged sword, but that is a very keen skill to have. Just be careful on who you use it against.
Just don't make me use it on you.
Don't. I just want everyone to get along. You want? I wish I could buy the world a Coke.
What's a Coke?
I think he said cloak.
Oh, I was like,
All right. Well, dig in. We have a long walk ahead.
All right.
don't remind me.
Thanks again, Nayland.
I guess start eating for prepare all of our stuff to go.
Let's dig in.
All right, so you guys munch away on your flame-broiled rations that you that Nayland whipped up for you guys. They taste a little bit better. They are slightly improved rations, but they're nice and warm. You guys feel a nice little burst of energy as the day continues on, and you guys pack up put out the fire and begin making your way up to Kracknar, following the path. As you guys are walking, a couple hours go by. It's probably getting to around noonish, and I'd like everyone to make a perception check for me.
Slow.
Come on, fam.
Could I make it through anything's eyes?
Can you what?
Make it through anything's eyes.
Yeah, sure. So you kind of send anything up into the air to get a nice bird's eye view, or owl's eye view.
Bird's eye view. I see what you did there.
All right. So Midas, as you guys are walking, you kind of take a look up to the sky, and you notice that some dark clouds are covering the sky completely. And with that knowledge, you kind of look back to the rest of the party, and you get their attention, and you point up to the clouds that have recently emerged. And Eladrian and Holgrim, roll a history check for me.
Oh god.
All right. So Eladrian, you being from the northern area of Stellaris, you seeing those clouds, the vivid memories appear of your parents warning you about sudden storms, blizzards appearing when these types of clouds are in the sky.
Oh yes, the fabled stone-casted storms.
Eladrin, what are you talking about?
Oh, my mother and my father, they would tell me about these stories where these storms would form out of nowhere at the blink of an eye. It was a sunny day in the middle of, whatever month it was, or however we, do dates around here. But it was a sunny day, and the next thing you know, bang, clouds. And not just your everyday clouds. Thick, billowy clouds.
How long does that last?
How long well, it depends. We weren't really sure what was that caused the storms in the first place. It is long believed that these storms are formed because of the sins of the people. And so it really depends on how many people have sinned since the time of the last storm, or how long the storm lasts. But, that is just what they told me.
So, I'm just gonna assume it's probably not good to get caught in a storm, correct?
It depends on how long there has been a storm. It could last for days. But then again, it could be hours.
Well, seeing as we're, walking towards the storm...
What do you want me to do, man? I cannot predict the weather.
Seems we'll have to brace for it.
And as you guys continue to talk and argue, you guys feel sudden gusts of wind whip up, and almost you feel it almost push you back a little bit, as it is a very cold and frigid wind that is slapping you guys across the face. As flurries of snow are almost blinding, coming across with a wicked speed. As you guys continue to forge ahead, there's no real area around you guys that would be able to be used as cover. Everything's very much flat land from where you're traveling currently. There's only one direction to go, really, and that's kind of to forge ahead.
Suppose we go ahead.
How did I get caught up in all this?
So as you get... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna call anything down, just kind of tuck him into my cloak to make sure he doesn't get swept away.
So anything dive bombs from the sky, and you can see that with all the winds gusting up in the sky, anything's having a hard time controlling their flight pattern, as they do eventually make it down and kind of tuck themselves into your cloak there.
It's okay, buddy. I got you.
So you guys continue to forge ahead, and the winds intensify, the snow almost absolutely blinding in front of your face. I realize for a lot of the people from the southern states, this is very hard to imagine, but
I can easily imagine this.
But imagine the movies where they have this.
This is my childhood.
Mine too.
So the wind is like causing you to squint your eyes really tightly. You feel the wind on your face. Holgrim, your beard is getting lots of frost on it. Same with you, Nayland. Your beard is collecting a lot of frost, and it's almost like it's dyed white with all the snow that's sticking to it. Eladrian, your long hair is mixed with all the snow, and it's freezing in places as well.
It's getting crunchy. Starting to freeze into like a stick almost. Yikes! This is uncomfortable.
Midas, you're having a hard time to keep your hat on your head as you're pushing forward, and the metal arm is kind of locking up every now and again if you don't keep it moving.
I don't like this at all.
Zar, anything is quivering inside of your cloaks, and it definitely is hard for you to forge ahead with the wind resistance kind of pushing you back.
I'll I'll walk behind Nayland as like a shield so that I can walk. Like, Nayland, it's hard for me to walk. I'm just gonna stand behind you, okay?
Right.
So with the temperatures declining, your vision, you can really only see maybe about 10 feet ahead of you. I would like everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, now.
Come on, now, let's go. Oh, okay.
Nice. 20.
Dang!
All right. So with this cold, frigid temperature, and the extra effort that you guys are pushing through, Eladrian and Midas, you two suffer 1 point of exhaustion, as the cold and the effort that you have to expend to just kind of keep pushing ahead is really taxing on your bodies.
As we keep kind of like going into this and the storm's getting more severe, I think Holgrim is just going to kind of, I guess, try and clump everybody together. Tell everybody to make sure to stick together, stay close to each other. Don't wander off. Don't wander off in the snow where you might get lost.
Nail's kind of got his shield in front of him to like block some of the winds as he pushes on.
So are you guys traveling in a straight line?
I'd say so. Or like I feel like we're all like very close together in like a more like a boxy
All right.
kind of way.
And
Should
who
we follow where the book is leading us?
and who's in front currently?
I'll be in front, holding up my shield.
All right, perfect. So, the winds are still howling. They are still whipping back and forth. It's almost hard to hear with the wind as hard as it is. But Nayland, with your passive perception, you hear in the distance. You hear some yelling, and you hear some some whinnies from a horse, but you also hear some snarls in the distance that's kind of mixed in with the blowing wind. What do you do?
I hear something over there, and he kind of like points to like the noises, like where he heard. Should
What
we
do you say?
investigate? I said I heard something over there.
Over where?
He kind of points. He points to where he heard it. I think
I don't
someone
see
might be in
anything.
trouble.
Well, we're in trouble.
So as you continue to press forward, you're getting closer and closer to those sounds, and in the distance, Nayland, you can start to visualize something that looks like it's a square figure, and as you get closer to it, you realize it's actually a carriage, and there are two horses that are on the ground, and you also see two very large lumbering figures, as well as two smaller humanoid-sized creatures. What do you do?
Do they look like they're fighting at all, or?
They do look like they are fighting.
Okay.
Like fighting each other? Or
It-
fighting something else?
It looks like the two humanoid figures are fending off the larger creatures.
I guess I'll run in.
Where are you
So-
going?
They need
Nayland,
help.
Who's they?
What?
So
Come
as you guys push forward, the wind thankfully starts to die down a little bit, and you can get a little bit of a clear image about 30 feet in front of you. And what you're able to make out, Nayland, as you approach, are two large bear-like creatures attacking, which appears to be a type of carriage. And you can see the two humanoid figures are dressed in very familiar attire. They appear to be guards of Vrento.
Yeah, I guess I turned back to my group. We need to help them.
Yeah, as soon as Holgrim sees this and he hears Nayland, he's gonna walk right into the fray.
All right. So as you guys approach the scuffle that's going on, you see one of the large creatures swing one of its claws and gash across one of the Vrento guards, and he falls to the ground and is not moving. As the creature looks up and stares at you guys approaching, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Here we go.
That's this lovely music.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that. Don't worry.
Ooh, I like this initiative roll. That's much
My
better.
rolls today.
I'll take that one.
God.
All right. Let's get a little bit more amped up here.
Right.
Alrighty. And this is what you guys walk in on.
Oh.
So arrange
boy.
yourselves with how you guys approach the situation here.
You probably. Oh, it's right here.
Oh my god.
Those are some big dudes.
What the heck is that?
Mm.
It's like freaking owlbears. They'd be right behind.
Wow.
All right. So at the top of the round, we have Nayland. You're up, good sir.
That guard, you said he wasn't moving, but he didn't get like killed instantly, did he?
You can't quite make out from where you are currently his current condition.
All right. If I got a bit closer or got in line of vision of him, is there a way I could find out?
You might have to kind of get up next to him to do a good analysis, but if you do get line of sight on him, you can see quite a bit of blood around his non-moving body.
Okay. Do I see where he was struck?
So you can kind of tell based on when you were approaching that the creature maybe struck its the humanoid's chest or the guard's chest there.
Okay. I will simply cast Spare the Dying on the guard that is dead, dying, that I think is dying, then for a bonus action.
All right. Does that have range to it?
Spare the Dying. Mine does, as a Circle of Mortality. I have a 30-foot range.
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right. So as you use Spare the Dying, the lifeless body, you can kind of just barely see some rising and falling in the person's chest.
Whew, okay. And then Nayland's going to cast Bane on these two bear creatures.
All right.
I'll put the.
So what's that save they have to make?
Oh, there we go. Here we go. So they will make Charisma saving throws.
All right.
DC 13.
All right. Then they both fail. Turns out bears don't have a lot of charisma to them.
They will lose a D4 from their attack rolls or saving throws, and that will be the end of Nayland's turn.
All right, perfect. Next up, Holgrim. So as you guys are approaching and you do get a good sight of these creatures, you do notice that they do look like bears, but they have that owl-like features to their face. And as Zar mentioned earlier, and you probably experienced, a lot of you guys have probably maybe heard about them or read about them, or Eladrian and Holgrim have definitely probably heard about them living up in the northern regions. These are indeed owl bears. However, one is a little bit smaller.
Well, shit.
One's a little bit smaller than the other.
Okay, so I guess looking at them, which one from Holgrim's perspective would be the bigger one?
So this one over here on the left
Okay.
side, or the north side, I guess.
All right. Yeah, I think I'll go right up to him with my movement and attack.
All right. Make that attack roll. All right, 24 will hit.
Damn.
All right, for 12
damage.
damage. All right.
Woo!
And yeah, I think that's just gonna be my turn for now.
Awesome. All right. Midas, you're up next.
Party. Put up the ruler. I'm gonna move slightly closer, and then I'm gonna cast magic missile on the owlbear on the right.
All right. So you cast your magic missile.
And I'm doing all three missiles, by the way.
Yep, that's fine. So 9 points of damage.
Yes.
All right. So you're
And that's off my turn.
yeah. So you cast your missiles, and they do strike the smaller owlbear creature, and with that, it takes attention to you, Midas.
Hey, buddy.
Uh-oh.
So it is going to run towards you. And it's going to try and peck at you with its beak. And that's going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that hits.
All right, and it's going to strike you for 5 points of piercing damage.
Ah.
And so it pecks at you with its beak, and then it also swipes at you with its claws
Oh.
for another 22 to hit.
What?
And
Wow, that
it's
hits also.
and it's gonna do 9 slashing damage.
Oh, wow. Hey, I just got this.
So, so it scratches at your, it pecks at your, hitting you in the chest, and it slashes, kind of gouging into your freshly done up armaments there and into your cloak a little bit.
Do you know how much time it's gonna take to fix?
And that's the end of its turn. Eladrian, you're up.
Okay. Great. So the one we've already hit is the one at the top, right?
Correct.
All right. So the one at the top, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers all the way over at that guy. That needs to make a Wisdom saving throw of 13.
All right. So wisdom save.
minus a d4.
Yep. All right,
Oh.
it's gonna fail.
Fantastic. So it takes 3d6 damage of 9. 9
Alright.
psychic.
Yep. And does it do anything else? Dissonant whispers.
The creature doesn't move into obviously. Okay, so yes, it must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay.
The creature does not move into dangerous stuff. Yeah.
All right. So, as you cast your dissonant whispers, it fills this creature's mind, and you see it. If an owl bear can have an expression of a little bit of fear, then that's what you hear. It kind of whimper and try and run away. And Holgrim, you get an attack of opportunity on it.
Yeah, you do,
Okay.
Holgi. Take him down. Oh, can I, as a bonus action, can I give Holgi inspiration?
Not.
Not on the opportunity attack. Okay.
Yeah. The opportunity attack would go first.
Got
14 does hit.
Nice.
Alright.
All right, for 13 points of damage. So, as the creature, stricken with fear, runs away from Eladrian's spell, Holgrim, you did a mighty blow against it as it kind of limps away and whimpers as it moves on. Next is that everything, Eladrian?
Yeah, so since I'm gonna go ahead and, since I already said inspiration, I'm gonna go ahead and give Zar inspiration since he's next on the list here.
All right, perfect. All right, Zara, you got a little bit of that bardic inspiration.
Heck yeah. And so that gives me what, a +6 to
Yeah.
attack, or 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6 to your attack ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, but it's also magical, so it can restore hit points, addition, or deal damage, extra damage.
Cool. Awesome.
You're up,
so yeah,
Zara.
So seeing Midas kind of taking damage, I'd be like, "All right, Midas, I got you," and be like, "Ladrid, I'm gonna use this inspiration," and he'll kind of rip out his book. He'll take his pen. The dragon's head kind of forms with the glyphs, and with his pen, he'll split the dragon's head into 3, and he'll cast. Oh, dang! It was so cool until I forgot what the name of the spell was. Scorching Ray.
Damn, that's cool.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
Cast all 3. It's him, and the dragon's mouth will shoot 3 rays. So that's the first one. So 14. And I'll just roll for all 3. Just
Yep.
see if they all hit. Okay. An 8. And a 21.
All right. So 2 of those rays will strike the the owlbear that was attacking Midas.
And then 12, and I'll add the d6 to this one. And then one more.
Oh, dang.
There we go.
Big damage.
26 damage. Fire damage.
All right. So you casting your Scorching Ray, you do quite a substantial amount of damage to this this smaller owlbear here. Its fur is quite singed. It is barely standing.
You need to get out of there. No, in my turn.
No shit. I like clutch my chest as I say that.
All right. Next, it is the owlbear that was running away. Is he able to come back with Dissonant Whispers? Like, is it just the Dissonant Whispers that makes him run right away?
It just makes him run away. There's nothing about how he has to stay away.
Okay, cool. It's not a fear effect or anything.
No, he's not afraid. He's not in fear.
All right. So this owlbear, seeing its partner here getting absolutely lit up, is going to run back towards you, Holgrim. And it's going to make some attacks. So it's going to try and peck at you with its beak. Oh, and that's going to... You're able to deflect it. But it's going to also try and take a slashing claw attack at you. Alright, that's that. And then... I'm just going to roll it on here. Alright, so... 15, 23, a 20 to hit.
Yep.
And this owlbear is going to hit you for 14 slashing damage.
Okay, so... Never mind.
Alright. Okay. So next is this other guard over here. He is going to run over to his friend and check on him and make sure he's alive. And he's also going to shout out to the carriage, "Sir, are you all right?" And the person inside the carriage is going to say, "Yes, I'm all right, you fool. Take care of these bears." And the top of the round, it is Nayland. You are up, but let's do some combat tactics. So you guys have 1 minute to decide, starting now.
All
I'm
right.
gonna fuck this bird up.
Hold on. Wait. Can I? I could try to talk to them to see if I could get them to get out of here, so we don't have to murder them, and it would probably, save us a little bit. So I could try that. I could try that on my turn.
Would they listen after we hurt them?
I mean, if we hurt them hard enough, then anything knows when not to fight anymore, right?
Well,
That's true.
He does go first. So if they don't listen to him, then we get to fuck them up.
Yep.
Just me and Hulk gonna go before they even do. I can probably take out the one on me, because I know it's messed up pretty bad. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick on the one that I'm on now, and I might use a spell to try and fear it with my next attack as well, so it doesn't hit anyone else.
D-Train, would it be a free action to try to talk to these owl bears? Because I can, as a furbolg, I can talk to beasts, but I can't understand them, but they can understand my words.
No, say that again.
Sorry. As a furbolg, I can talk to beasts, but I can't understand what they say, but they can understand my words.
Okay, yeah.
Would it be a free action to talk to these owlbears?
Is it any kind of feature that says it uses an action or a bonus action or anything like that?
To talk to them, no. I can just communicate to beasts. They can understand my words, but I cannot understand them in return, and I have advantage on charisma checks to influence them.
I would say that it will, because you're in combat, it would use your action because you're taking time to talk to them.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, you can definitely give that a shot if you so choose. But let's get it rolling. So, what do you want to do, Nayland?
Nayland will walk up to this. This is the larger one, right?
Yeah.
He'll just shout out, "Listen! No more blood has to be spent. Shed. You can leave here with your friend, and we will spare your lives."
Hmm.
You will yell this at the owlbear, the larger one.
The owlbear looks over to you and looks at the guard that is unconscious on the ground, and then he looks back to you and he snarls and growls at your face, basically. This owlbear looks like he is trying to get some food for the winter.
All right. Nayland will bonus action healing word on the unconscious guard.
All right.
And that will just give him 7 hit points because of my circle
All right.
of mortality. So it'll just heal him to max.
So
Or my max. So
Yeah.
7.
Awesome, perfect. So this you recite your healing words to the guard that's on the ground as you see him take a very large gasp and kind of stand up or sit up straight while he's still on the ground, and there's a giant owlbear in his face, and he's just like, ah.
I tried choosing peace, and then that'll be his turn.
All right, Holgrim, you're up.
Okay, so I am going to bonus action cast Wrathful Smite.
All right.
And then as an action, I'm going to attack the owlbear in front of me. And I'm not 20.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Okay, so I've got a D8 and then another D8 plus 5.
Oh,
So,
damn.
so 16 plus
Oh
5,
man.
21 points of damage.
Yep.
And then the Wrathful Smite is another D6 psychic damage.
Wow.
3. Okay.
So 3 damage. And then the effective Wrathful Smite, the owlbear has to make a wisdom saving throw of 12.
Alright.
Otherwise, he's frightened of me until the spell ends.
Alright. Alright. So he
I guess I'll send that out.
is able to resist your wrathful smite even with the bane on him, but he was absolutely rocked by your attack, and it is like sitting there dazed and wobbling back and forth. Is that everything for you?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Next up, Midas.
All right. The glyphs on my metal hand's gonna glow, and I'm gonna use. I'm gonna punch it with my thunder gauntlets. Let's hope for the best, please, please, please.
So with your 11, you are unable to do enough damage to inflict the desired effect that you wanted.
That is so awkward. Well, the glyphs on my arm is gonna glow as I use my bonus action to use the defensive field, so I get 3 temporary hit points.
All right, awesome.
And then I'm gonna look back to Zora and be like, you wanna do that little fire thing again, please?
You buddy.
All right, next up, it is that the one bear in front of you, Midas. So
Hey man.
it is not looking too hot, and in an act of desperation, it's going to attack you once again.
Hey man, let's watch those claws.
All right, so that's 5, and then
No.
roll this.
Stop rolling.
An 18
Yeah.
with the bane as well. So it's going to hit you with its beak attack 5 piercing damage, and then it's going to swipe with its claws, and that is going to miss.
Thank God.
Ooh.
Thank God.
So this owl bear just kind of lashing out in a desperate attempt is able to hit you with its beak, but with a slash of its claws, it's unable to connect on you. Eladrian, you're up.
All right. And so seeing Midas in trouble, I look at him and I go ahead and I do the same thing, right? I cast Dissonant Whispers, but this time I'm going to cast it at 2nd level. So he needs a Wisdom saving 13.
It's a fail.
Yes.
Nice.
So 4d6 damage. So 19 damage.
Damn.
And then
Thank
again,
God.
he moves as far away as his movement allows.
You know, it's really unfortunate that it's not going to be able to move because your dissonant whispers impacting its very brain. It just kind of, hearing your dissonant whispers, it just collapses on the ground, and it is no longer moving.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck you.
Go, Eladrin.
Don't you fuck with my sewing friend.
Thank you, Eladrin.
Zar, you're up.
All right, seeing.
Oh, bonus action. I go ahead and I shoot Holgrim Inspiration.
All right, perfect. Oh,
Sorry, Zar.
No, you're good, bud.
Holgi! This is for you.
all right. So there's only the one bear standing.
Yeah, so I'll look at Eladrin and be like, "Oh, that was a good kill, Eladrin." And I'll walk over to Midas, kind of pat him on the shoulder, be like, "It's all right. I'm happy you're alive at least." And he'll cast a witch bolt at the remaining one, and I will
Alright.
turn the damage into do fire. So I'll do a flaming witch bolt.
All right. That'll hit.
Oh my goodness gracious! 1.
That wishful is
How did-
sassy.
It's okay, buddy. At least you're alive.
Zar, how do you want to do this?
Shut up.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It had 1 hit point left.
That's
Freaking
crazy.
Holgrim took him down all the way. Thanks, Holgrim.
Good shit.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of like, I'll kind of trip a little bit when I do it, and like it'll be like a little weak witch bolt. Be like, oh.
So even though you trip, but it's a very it's almost just like an accidental, like you hit it even though you slipped on a banana peel or something like that. But that magical impact hitting the owlbear was enough to take it down as it falls limp to the side and is defeated.
As it falls, I whip my bagpipes out and start to and start to blow them in celebration.
And the roll performance for me, Elijah.
It was so bad it brought them back from hell so that they could kill you.
God.
Ooh.
26. So, the man that's inside the carriage steps out and says, "Well, what jovial sound is this? It's I suppose that you all dealt with these monsters here. These incessant gods were of no use to me."
Yes, it was
What?
us. It was us, the Mighty Ducks.
Quite proficiently.
And
Yeah, those guards kind of suck. Not gonna lie.
the two guards are like picking themselves up, and one's checking out the other one that was maimed by the owlbear, and all of his wounds have healed with Nalen's healing word. As they kind of look back and forth to each other, and they give themselves a hug, very happy to survive the situation. The nobleman steps out of the carriage and says, "Well, I suppose I should be paying you all instead of these ingrates over here."
Why?
That was only slightly
Yes.
embarrassing.
Okay.
The guards go and check on the horses. They're having the horses are trying to pull the cart out, but it seems to be kind of lodged in the snow, giving the current storm. But as you guys did battle with these bears, the storm has passed, thankfully, and you're able to get a good look at your surroundings. And you know, when yesterday there was only about 3 inches of snow, it feels like there's about like 15 inches of snow. So the snow is basically up to the top of the wheels of the carriage here. The nobleman steps out and he says, "Well, since you all did such a fine job protecting me, give me a moment. Let me go into the carriage here." He steps inside. You hear some rustling and rummaging around, and he steps out and he's carrying a satchel, and he looks over to you, Holgrim, and he says, "Here, for your troubles and protecting me when, well, I guess you didn't need to, but thank you nonetheless." And he hands you a satchel.
Yeah, thank you, sir. If you're headed towards Kracknar, that's the way we're headed as well. If you would like some extra support on your trip.
No. I was trying to get these fools from Vrento to bring me down to Vallican so I could make my way to Vrento, actually. I've gotten what I need from Kracknar.
Well, thank you for your generosity then. What's your name, by the way?
My name is Reginald Othlot.
Does that ring a bell to Zar? Has he heard of him around Brento?
It doesn't sound familiar. This gentleman doesn't appear to be really from Stellaris.
Do I know him?
No, it does not sound. Does not ring a bell. His name.
Well, Sir Reginald, we're happy to have stumbled upon you when we did, so that we could help you out, and we wish you a safe journey to Brento.
Well, thank you very much. Sure wish I could hire you instead of these imbeciles over here.
Well, if you ever need hired help, just call the Mighty Ducks and we'll be there.
He looks at you, Zar, quite quizzically. He says, "Very well. He looks over to the two guards. "Well, gentlemen, this cart isn't going to dig itself out. Get to work, chop chop." As he steps into the cart.
When he goes back into the cart, I want to kind of just walk over towards Zar and ask him to use the book real quick.
Which book? My book or the
compass book? Yeah, I've got a feeling about this guy. I don't know if it's right or wrong.
All right, so I'll take out the book and I'll say compass.
All right, and when you say compass, you feel the book still pulling northwards towards Kracknar.
Okay.
Would there be any ability to skin these owlbears? for the pelt?
You can definitely give it a shot if you roll a survival check. And do you have what tool are you using for it?
A small knife.
Oh god,
Ooh.
here we go again.
I'll look up to Eladrin and be like, Eladrin,
Now what?
Jesus.
Nail just goes, okay, owlbear. Never encountered this before, but waste not, want not.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot as well.
What are you using to cut?
My
into it?
dagger, my trusty dusty dagger.
All right, it's 16. Okay. So, Nailin, with your natural one, you just kind of start stabbing at it, like, like you're chiseling away at it. Just absolutely ruining the pelt completely.
It's just frozen everywhere.
I'll just be like watching from like the end, like, oh my, you're just.
And
Listen, I
Eladrin,
was trying.
with your 16, you're able to carve out a decent. What are you trying to get out of this creature?
So I want the pelts, and I'd really like to have the beak, or like whatever. Does an owl bear have like a beak, or do they have like a bear snout?
It's got a beak.
I want the beak. I want I want the sharp point of the beak. Maybe the jaw itself.
All right, roll a
Wow.
roll a d20 for me.
I was gonna tell you to take the beak for like a kazoo.
3.
Kazoo.
Okay. You're able to, with a roll of 16, you're able to carve out quite a good solid square's worth, almost the size of your cloak that you're wearing, of its pelt. But unfortunately, you're unable to cleanly get the beak off, and it kind of crumbles and breaks as you try to carve it out. It doesn't seem like the dagger was the best tool for removing a beak.
It's all right. It's okay. Naylan, you see, I have had mistakes in my life too. Simply like this beak. I was not able to remove it. Simply like you are not able to remove your belt.
You truly are a fine surgeon.
There are many a thing I can do with these daggers. But thank you for the compliment.
At least he got the pelt. Oh, what were you trying to do with the beak?
I was going to put it use it as the new on my bagpipes. Going to use it as the clip for the belt around the shoulder, just to show it like a decorative thing.
Uh-huh.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds for myself because
Yeah, I
ow.
want to. I guess if I still have that inspiration from Eladrin, try and roll a d6 to heal myself. Is that how that works?
So if you
I'm so
have a
rude.
spell that cures that restores hit points, you can use it that way.
Oh,
It doesn't-
okay.
It doesn't just.
Yeah, it doesn't just
do
give
it.
me healing. Okay.
So if
Yeah,
you roll,
I'll-
if you do cure wounds on yourself, you can apply it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't have any healing spells prepared, so I'll just. I'm gonna use some of my lay on hands to heal.
I think that still.
I don't think it counts for it because it's not a leveled spell.
Yeah, it's not a spell. Yeah.
It's a feature. All right, so Midas, you get 4 big ones.
So happy for that.
And how much of your lay on hands pool are you using?
I'm gonna use 10.
All right. All right. So the 2 Rento guards are just kind of checking on the horses. They're kind of digging out the wheels, and then they're going to try their best to spur the horses on to get the cart moving. And they gotta do a lot of digging because there's a lot of snow there. But once they're able to get enough space for the cart to start moving back and forth, they kind of follow the path that you guys trudged in order to have the horses kind of push through there. And they are moving down and at a very slow pace, but they're making they're making their way back towards the direction you guys came from.
Making their way to Rento.
Walking fast.
In the snow, up to their knees. It's really deep.
Did they give us a reward?
They gave Holgrim a satchel.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I haven't. I'll check that satchel now that they're on their way out.
All right. So you look inside Holgrim and you see a big old bunch of gold coins in it. And as you kind of check and count through, you see about 50 gold pieces.
Nice. All right, so yeah, I just divide that up evenly and distribute it to everybody.
Nice.
So generous.
Excellent.
And then I kind of say, well, that's makes up for the good deed we did down in Vallican with Quinn. We've gotten our money and these cloaks out of that.
I
Absolutely.
do suppose so.
I'll open the book. Book, take this down. If you do nice things, you get rewarded in the end.
All right,
Such
buddy.
twisting.
Only do nice things to get money. Perfect.
And remember the thing? What was the thing that Nayland said? Something about killing and stealing.
I said no such thing.
That's all in my head.
Oh.
All right, what do you guys want to do now?
Take a 5-minute break because I really gotta pee.
All right, that's fine. We'll do that.
Perfect.
Excellent.
All right, we'll take a little break and we'll get back to it in 5-ish minutes or so.
Great.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, so we just defeated the owl bears, and the nobleman left you with a nice satchel of 50 gold pieces as they made their way down towards Vallican. So you guys know that you would be able to reach Kracknar before the end of the day, even with the blizzard kind of slowing you guys down a little bit. So what do you guys want to do?
Press on towards Kracknar, I guess.
Suppose we should press on.
It only makes sense, right?
Yes, please. I would rather not get attacked by another owlbear. And also, I would like to be somewhere warm.
All right, perfect. So, with the storm behind you now, you make your way through the familiar tracks to you, Holgrim. Even though you've been away for quite a little while, you're almost like a homing pigeon. You kind of know exactly where you need to go. And
A homing pigeon.
yeah.
That was good.
Please.
That was so good.
So as a few hours pass and the sun is starting to set, but you guys crest a hill and you see the city of Kracknar in the distance, and you make your way into the city, and you see a wide variety of homes. There's plumes of smoke coming out of the chimneys of all the homes there. The homes are mostly made of log cabins, they appear to be. Some are made of stone. And so as you make your way into the city, what do you guys want to do?
Should we continue after the book where to go, or is there anywhere specific y'all think we need to head first?
I'll take the book and say, yes, that might be a good idea. And I'll say compass.
All right, so when you say compass, even though you're in the city of Kracknar, you still feel it pulling north.
Should we lay down for the night and resume in the morning, or should we just keep trekking through?
It may be best to rest one more night before heading to wherever this book takes us.
Mm-hmm. So for those that have exhaustion and going forward, exhaustion can only be gotten rid of by doing a long rest.
Gotcha.
And where do we mark exhaustion on our sheet?
Yeah, so on your sheet, let me pull it up here. I believe it is. Let me see.
Conditions.
I think it's conditions.
Yeah, it's under conditions. There's at the bottom. There's like a bar that has exhaustion.
Got it.
Yeah. So
Right on.
level 1, basically, you get disadvantage on all your ability checks.
Okay.
While you have exhaustion.
Right on. And this all gets fixed with a long rest. Okay.
Yeah. You gotta sleep it off to get rid of that exhaustion, much like real life. All right.
So is it, is it evening time? Is it getting around time to rest? I guess.
So right now, you guys got into the city, and it's around maybe like 6 p.m. But the sun, because you're up north, the sun sets a lot earlier, as you and Eladrian are quite familiar with. So the sun is going down. The street lights are lighting up. There's a kind of like a torch bearer that's lighting up some of the street posts and things like that. The hustle and bustle of the city is there. The village isn't particularly large. It's definitely not as large as Brento is. Holgrim and Eladrin, you guys have been here before. You know that the city of Kracknar, there's about 600-700 people that live here, so it's a pretty sizable town, and it's mostly a town that is dedicated to a lot of miners that work up in Stonecaster Mountain. But there's lots of other things that are here. There's hunters that go out into the wilderness to catch food. Of course, Holgrim, you know that there's a blacksmith with literally has your name on it. There's a carpentry workshops, sawmills, things like that that help build the homes that are here. As you guys made your way into the city, you guys passed by a large garrison of Vrento guards. So there is a pretty sizable Vrento guard police force that's here. And there's also, and this would be something that Holgrim would be aware of, there is like a stable that houses transportation for the miners to get up to Stonecaster Mountain. And then the kind of the wide variety of general stores and the tavern and the inn as well. And Holgrim, you know pretty much everywhere you would need to go in this city.
Sure. So do we want food? Do we just want to turn in for the night? Any requests?
Anywhere that's safe, I suppose. Anywhere that's warm.
Emphasis of warm.
Yeah, I guess I'll lead them to the inn.
All right. So, Holgrim, you lead the way into the city, and you bring them to the Icy Elk Inn. That's kind of the most popular inn and tavern in the town of Kracknar.
Yeah, so I'll lead them in. I'll kind of tell them a little, my knowledge about the town on the way, kind of pointing out streets, different areas, and bring them to the end.
Awesome. Holgrim, would you let them know about, would you point them in the direction of your family's business?
Yeah, I think so. I think I mentioned it when we were at the blacksmith in Rento, so yeah, I would show them.
Okay.
I guess at least the general direction.
Yeah. So you don't go visit there just yet, and it is late at night, but you pass by and kind of say, oh, you know, my family's blacksmithy is over there. But you head towards the Icy Elk Inn. And as you walk in, Midas, you are greeted with a nice warm embrace out of the cold. The tavern is not quite as busy as you might expect it to be. Especially you, Holgrim, you know, growing up here, you've been here quite a few times before. It's definitely not as busy as it usually is, especially for this time of day. Usually there's a lot more miners and things like that that have come to the tavern after a long day of work, but it doesn't quite seem to be many miners in the tavern today. So what do you guys want to do when you're inside the tavern?
Oh, it's so warm. Thank God.
How many people are also in the tavern?
I would say if the tavern could hold like 50 people, or maybe 50, 60, there's probably maybe like 15 there.
Is there any kind of stage?
There is a stage.
Yeah, so Eladrin's gonna walk up on the stage and grab his his bird flutes out and announce to the patrons that he has a story to tell them. And as he starts, he begins to tell the story of what just happened with the owl bears. And in an attempt to get some tips from the patrons and have them kind of fling gold toward the stage.
All right. So as you kind of look out over the patrons, you notice that a lot of these patrons are very like rough and tumble type characters. Like, these people work hard. They live in a harsh environment. They are, you know, a creation of their environment. We'll put it that way. So these are very these are very tough people that you're performing for. So you go ahead and you roll a performance check. And you're also at disadvantage as well.
Shit, because I'm exhausted. Okay.
All right. So, what are you doing for this performance?
Yeah, so I'm standing up at the stage, right, and I have my flute, and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen of Kracknar, I want to tell you the tale of the ducks and the bears. And not only bears, but owl bears. And then I grab my flute and I'm like, and then and then go from there, kind of like, you know, like a slam poetry kind of thing.
So at the end of your performance, you know, you hit a couple sour notes on the pan flute. You know, it's one of the instruments that you're not like, you don't use all the time. You're more of a lute and bagpipe kind of guy, but like, you know, you dabble in the pan flute every once in a while. So in the crowd, you hear like two people like applaud very slowly for you. The rest of the people kind of like look around at each other and things like that. And what about the rest of you guys? What are you doing while Eladrin is spinning his yarn on stage?
I'll look at the others and I'll go. I thought we didn't agree on that name.
Seems he's agreed on it for us.
I think we might have to come up with a replacement if we want something different.
It's just a name. Let him have it if he'd like.
It's funny while you're saying that, Zar's kind of tapping his foot and he kind of looks back, like clapping his hands. He looks back like, I don't know, I kind of like the name, Mighty Ducks. Let's go, Mighty Ducks.
What about our group insinuates ducks?
I don't know. I'm just very
Crazy?
something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Impressionable.
That's I wouldn't use that word, but it was.
So Eladrian finishes, right, and he's over there, and you guys are still kind of talking about this. and he gets those couple of slow claps and just kind of walks back over to the group and finds us discussing this whole "why are we mighty ducks," right? And he comes over and he's like, "Well, because when shit happens, it just rolls right off our backs, like a water on a duck's back, you know."
Nail it actually kind of like is like, well, like quite pleased with that answer.
Like a duck
You
can
can't be
do
serious, Aylin.
a duck is very, very, adaptable. It can fly, it can walk, it can swim, it can breathe on the top of the water, and it can't breathe under the water. That would be bad. So it can't do that. But everything else about the duck is very adaptable.
I suppose it's an excellent metaphor.
Hi.
We can just be the ducks. We don't have to be mighty. How's that? We can
I
just start
feel like that's
quacking at each
even
other.
worse.
Be like, what? Oh, you just want to be the duck? I mean, we could be.
We can
ducks.
keep mighty ducks.
We,
I don't care.
who's we?
I mean,
You
we
and
are-
I, my mighty duck companion. He kind of like pats him on the back.
my mighty duck compatriot.
Party member.
Uh,
Quack, quack, buddy.
can we just don't
See,
crack
see.
me?
It'll grow and you might as.
Can we get a bed or something?
So as you guys are talking quite loudly, you're 5 strangers have just walked right into this bar. One of them went straight up to the stage and started speaking about their adventures against an owl bear and ducks and playing a pan flute. And you caught the attention of a female dwarf that's working behind the bar. She's a young dwarf, and she looks maybe around in her 50s. And as she approaches you guys, you see that she looks directly at you, Holgrim, and she says, Holgrim, is that you?
Gasp.
Yes, it is. Do I recognize this person?
So you would recognize this person. It's a dwarf, female dwarf that you grew up with when you're quite young. And she'll come over to you and she'll give you a huge hug, and she'll says, Holgrim, it's been so long since I've seen you. Where have you been?
I spent a little time away.
Holgrim, you recognize this person after she kind of gives you an embrace and you get a really good look at her. She has green eyes, freckles, and short red hair. And you recognize her as Soldora Stone Anvil.
Stone Anvil?
Yes.
Stone Anvil?
Yes.
Very nice name. This is... So we are just standing around as this happens, I guess.
Yes. So she gives Holgrim a long hug, and she asks, where have you been? Who are these people you're with?
Well, I've been traveling around Stellaris a little recently, and these are some friends that I've met along the way. We're kind of passing through town right now. I couldn't help but notice that things look a little slower in here than usual. How have things been going here lately?
Well, I mean, it's been going pretty well. I mean, tonight is quite an odd night. Usually this place is quite busy once the miners should be back from Stonecaster Mountain, but they don't seem to have gotten home quite yet. But well, enough about business. Tell me, where have you been? It's been so long. You've been away from Kracknar for how long now?
I guess about 3 years. It's been since I've been home. I spent a few years out at a shrine in the Nokolan Forest, just kind of thinking things over, trying to figure some things out.
Well, you always were the curious type, Holgrim.
That's true. I did like to explore and get into some trouble back then, but yeah, I think I just after my mother passed, I needed a little time to figure things out. So that's what I've been up to.
Yeah, and well, I've been close with your family for quite a long time, but your father was quite shooken up when your mother passed away, and he didn't he wasn't too happy when you left.
Uh, yeah, I can imagine that may have happened.
And
Have you seen them recently? Have you spoken to them? I haven't been by yet.
well, I mean, once your mother passed and you left, I spent quite a lot of time with your family, especially your brother. And as she says that, she kind of flaunts a ring to you.
Ooh.
Cool.
Uh,
A nice
Uh-huh.
ring. What?
I see. Congratulations are in order.
Yeah, your brother Joel you have to tell me how you say this later, but Jolthrum is how you say it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, your brother Jolthrum proposed to me just a few weeks ago.
You see, Czar? That is how you propose to a woman.
I gotta admit that it's a good quality ring. I can just tell from here.
Oh, why? Thank you so much.
Quite
Very
shiny.
nice ring.
Well, I'm so sorry. I got caught up in catching up with Holgrim. Holgrim, introduce me to your friends.
No, don't. Tell us more about this wedding.
Well, we were hoping to hear from Holgrim. We were hoping he would come back a little bit sooner so we could plan things accordingly. And but we've had a heck of a time trying to reach you, Holgrim. You didn't really tell us where you were off to.
Yeah, apologize for that. I just kind of got out one day. I didn't really intend to spend such a long time away from home, but that's kind of how it worked out. But I'm very happy for you and Joel and I would like to be involved if I can be.
Well, the wedding's not going to be for quite a few months still, so we have time to figure out all those details. But what brought you back to Kracknar?
My friends and I are actually heading through to Stonecaster Mountain. It seems we have a little business to take care of there, but we'd like to spend the night in town. Tonight we had a little bit of a storm coming up here from Vallican, so a warm bed and some good food would be most welcome tonight.
Oh yeah, that storm passed through here a couple hours ago. It was definitely a rough one. I'm glad you guys made it out of there without any issues. Kept all your fingers and toes, right? No frostbite?
No frostbite. We got had a little bit of trouble with a few owlbears, but yeah, we made it through.
Wait, you guys took on some owlbears?
Don't let him fool you. This man here, he crushed this owlbear into nothing.
Quite proficiently.
Wow, Holgrim, these years have you've definitely changed over these last couple of years.
If you are marrying into this bloodline, you are sure to have very strong children.
Ladrian.
What? It's how, life works, man.
Well, Holgrim knows better than most about how strong his brother is, so I know what you mean. But you guys looking to warm up a little bit, and I can get you guys some rooms upstairs.
Yes, rooms would be wonderful tonight.
Yeah, because this one over here doesn't look like he takes too kindly to the weather up in Kracknar, and she points over to you, Midas.
I shake my head really fast, like, no, I do not.
Well, let me get you guys some drinks, and I'll set up some rooms upstairs, and you can definitely stay here the night. But Holgrim, you have to go see your father and brother tomorrow.
Yes, I plan on on doing that before we set out. It would be interesting to see them after all this time.
Yeah, and I mean, don't be too surprised if your father's not the happiest to see you.
I was kind of expecting that, but I think I have to. I have to talk to them at least this once here.
Are we? Is there like a bar here that we're all sitting at? Or are we sitting at? Are we going to a table?
You can imagine right now you guys are sitting at like kind of like a long, like multiple like picnic tables like attached.
So as she says this, right? You guys have seen the old Charlie and the Chocolate Factory meme where he's leaning way over like on his arm and his elbow, like tell me more. And so I want to have that that look on my face and looking at Holcomb like, tell me what has happened between last time, what is going on, why is this is interesting.
Yeah. Are you asking me? Or are you
Yes,
just
tell me. Yes, tell me more, Holgi. What is going on between you and your father? Why have you not seen him in so long?
Well, I kind of just left home a little abruptly after my mother died, which was kind of a sudden thing. I left town without really knowing what I was going to do, and I wound up spending a few years in that shrine to Sylvanas that we've heard about in Vallican, in the Northland Forest. I was kind of looking for some answers, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with myself. And as I was starting to get out into the world again, with Nayland helping me to kind of go on a few missions, I got that summons that we all got. So I really haven't had a chance to come back. I'm in quite a while.
Ailey gives a nod.
Wow. That is a story, man. Well, I'm glad. I hope your family is receptive to you being here.
I hope so as well. It's kind of I guess I was expected to be sticking around, be working in the family business, but that was never really what I had in mind. So that's kind of been a bit of a point of contention between my father and I. So I guess that combined with me leaving home might be a little rough tomorrow.
I see.
He's still your father, though, so I'm sure he'll love you no matter what.
Yes,
I hope so.
like a prodigal son.
So Soldara comes back with a few ales for you guys, and she lays them out on the table and says, "Oh, this'll warm you guys up." And how do you guys want the rooms? Are you guys all trying to bunk together, or you guys want separate rooms, or we could fit you a couple in each bedroom, or what are you guys thinking?
I have no preference as long as I get to bed to sleep in.
Likewise.
Together.
The only preference I have is don't put me in a room with Vallican.
Like a room, or just like in the same bed.
But wouldn't the bed be in the... Oh, what?
But I don't know.
We got.
Maybe they have a suite, right? Maybe they have like a hostel in the room. I don't know.
I'm too tired for this, Eladrian.
Eladrian, let's just share a 2-bedroom room.
Well, we kind of got rooms that some of the miners use when they get a little bit too drunk after work, and you'd be surprised how many of them get drunk after work. So we kind of have a communal bedroom with some beds. It fits about 6 people, so I can fit you all in that room. There's about 6 beds in there.
Well, that seems perfect.
That sounds perfect.
I think that'll be fine.
Do you have any earplugs for my friend Midas here?
I mean, not really.
Okay.
It's okay. I'll live.
sure you could make some.
Sew them with some thread.
I'm.
Just take a bit of cloth from that owlbear fur.
You want to ball up some of this pelt?
It is a good pelt.
Stick it in your ear hole.
Wanna
There is
stick it
some
down your
like
throat.
there is some like dried blood on it still, and
It
Are
just
you
needs
going
to
to
be.
clean that?
It just needs to be cleaned. You know, maybe I should hold on to that pelt if you don't mind.
Yes, that's fine. You can hold it.
I'll like take it from you, but like keep it away from my face. It's like I was just holding it out, like yeah, just a good clean or two or three.
So she looks over to you guys and says, "Well, the bedrooms are upstairs. It's ready for you guys whenever you decide to turn in for the night. I gotta deal with these other customers here, but Holgrim, absolutely so nice to see you, my friend." And she gives you another big hug.
Very good to see you as well, Saldara. I look forward to, I guess, patching things up with my family a little bit and celebrating your wedding. Sounds wonderful.
That sounds great. And she turns away, gives you another nod, and deals with some other customers. Some of which you notice, Holgrim, are kind of, as she approaches the other customers, they kind of look over to you, point at you, and talk to her, and she kind of looks back at you and smiling and saying, it seems like they're asking about, they know who you are.
Yeah, I just kind of give a nod to the people who are looking over my way.
They just raise the mug to you and give you a nod. So, what do you guys want to do?
Probably just it's only still 6, right? Or maybe 6:30 now. 6, 7.
Maybe it's getting closer to 8, 9 p.m. at this point.
Okay. I'll probably just bunk up in my bed.
Also just go ahead and get into the bed.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn in, but I think I'll have I guess intending to wake up a little early so I can sneak down to the blacksmith's before we have to head out tomorrow.
Zoro kind of spent some time in the bar, just scribbling in his book, sipping on his ale.
I'm gonna sit with Czar.
All right. So, Nayland, Midas, Holgrim, you guys kind of head up to bed, and given the day that you guys had, going through the blistering cold, getting into this nice warm, very it's almost like a fur lined blankets. It's extremely warm. Just such a relief from the bitterly cold day that you had. Midas, you just kind of conk out immediately.
Oh yes.
So Czar and Eladrin, you two are awake. What are you getting up to?
Sorry, what?
Zar's kind of Zar's kind of hunched over, and he's looking at his book, kind of using his magic pen to kind of write some things down. Just sitting next to Eladrin.
So as Eladrian's sipping his beer, sitting there, looking at this town and this place, he's like, man, it's been a long time since he's been there. He looks over at Czar and is like, so tell me, what is really the deal with this book, man? Why is it so important to you?
Which one?
The one that you say talks to you.
Oh yeah, my mother gave it to me a long time ago. It was my first spell book. I cherish it very dearly. But it just recently started talking to me, and I don't know, it just is really friendly.
The book chimes in to you, Zara. Is he asking about me?
Yeah, book. He wants to know about you.
Well, you tell him that he's my favorite.
Can I use message to communicate with the book?
That you cannot do, unfortunately.
That's fine.
That's so cool.
All right. So I
Oh,
try to, right? So I try to so I'm looking at it, not letting Zara know that I can do this sort of thing, but I'm trying like really hard, like focusing on the book, like straining really hard to try to cast message on it.
And the book says to you, Zara, I feel like this guy is trying to do something to me. I feel a little tingly, but I can't do anything about it.
The book says he hears you, but he doesn't hear you. He also says you're his favorite.
And so, as he says that, I kind of break my concentration right immediately and look back at him and like, oh, I am his favorite. You tell him he is the best looking book I have seen all week.
You heard that, book?
What do you say? I can only hear what you tell me.
He said you're the best looking book that he's seen all the week.
Well, if I had eyes to see myself, I'm sure I look very handsome.
You're a very handsome book, and I'll pat the book. He says thank you.
It's amazing that you are able to communicate with such a inanimate object.
Hey, Zar.
Yes.
Can
yes,
you
book.
just I got an itchy spot around my spine. Can you just get that for me?
I got you, buddy. And you'll see Zar turn his book around and start like scratching the spine.
Yeah, Eladrin looks at this as it's happening, kind of just looks back over to the other side of the room, takes a sip of his ale, and okay, looks back at him.
So we're going kind of towards where you live next, right, Ladrin?
Yeah, I mean, this is where I was brought when I was very young, into the family cave, up on the side of Stonecaster Mountain.
Was there any like powerful magic item that you remember when you were young?
Not that I can recall, but I wasn't really focusing on magic at that point. It was more or less just, trying to develop my lungs and my skills as a Erganasi, just trying to leave the ways of my ancestors.
Well, I can say you have very powerful lungs, and that shows through your music.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
And I know Midas makes fun of you, and so does Nayland. Or they're very critical, but deep down, I know they like it.
They will learn to love the instrument.
They will. And I'm really excited for your harpy lute.
Yes, I wonder if I'll ever make enough money in order to be able to pick it up from them. It was a very large purchase.
I'm sure we'll find money as we go.
It will be fine. It's very worrisome every day. It's what I think of the most. Like, will I ever see my friend the lute again?
Yep, you'll see him again. I know it.
Eladrin starts to shed a tear.
I'll put my finger under it and like catch the tear. Like, it's okay, friend.
I think this ale is getting to me. I must be getting that. I must be getting them some rest.
Okay, I'll be up in a minute with you.
Yeah. So I chugged down the rest of the ale, throw the cup towards the back of the room or wherever the bar is. Throw it towards them, and just walk upstairs.
Soldara is behind the bar. She like catches the glass, like no hesitation, just like catches it.
Yes.
And as you walk by, she says, "We get a lot of drunk miners who do that."
Your reflexes are like a dead cat.
Like a dead cat.
And as you head up back to the bedroom, you get into bed nice and cozy, and you drift off to sleep. And Zara, as you continue to write in the book, it's probably getting to around like 9-10 p.m. now, and while you're sitting there, kind of jotting notes in your book, two Vrento guards with a little bit of force kind of enter into the bar, and you see them kind of frantically looking around for someone in particular. And they head straight back to Soldara, and you can't really hear the conversation. Your passive perception is just not quite high enough to hear them. But they speak to Soldara, and she kind of gives a nod or she shakes her head back and forth to say like no, whatever question they were asking, and then she says whatever, and then she leaves, or the guards leave.
I'll as they leave, I'll kind of go up to Soldara and be like, "Is everything all right?"
Well, she said that the guards were looking for the miners. They said a lot of them haven't come back from their shift yet, and they should have been back a couple hours ago.
Are they sending someone to help?
Oh yeah, they got a lot of the Vrento guards looking out for them right now.
Should I wake my friends and see if we can do something too?
No. It looks like you guys needed the rest. You should probably get to bed soon too. It's too dark to really go out to Stonecaster Mountain right now, so probably better just to deal with it tomorrow.
Okay, as long as it wasn't urgent and they can take care of it. I'll try to get some sleep then.
All right. Well, you have yourself a good night, okay?
You too. Thank you for the ale, and I'll flip her a gold.
Oh well. Thank you very much.
Good night.
All right. Have a good one. So Zara, you head up, and you are able to get into that nice, comfy bed, and you all fall asleep, get a nice long rest, and that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Woo!
Excellent.
Woo, buddy.
Oh, got some problems next time.
Right? I took care of them, Albert.
Damn, sure did. Holgram coming in clutch again. 29.
Real quick.
Jeez. Who else? Someone else had a crazy shot.
Not me.
I am much bigger than this on me.
Oh yeah, because your inspiration, I got 26 damage on one of that.
That's right.
Amazing, though.
Good
Good job, yo.
Heck yeah.
Way to play. I just love this damn game.
I know. I love this party.
I know. I love playing with you guys. Like, I
You
felt
guys
so
are so
bad on
good.
Thursday. I was like, no, I did everything I could. Man,
No, you guys are rad.
you're rad.
You're rad.
No,
You're
you're
rad.
rad.
You're rad. You're all rad.
All right.
Y'all,
So-
yeah. Y'all have a good night then, I suppose.
Yeah, it's good sus.
And then we're
Yeah.
doing. Are we we agreed to something? I forgot what, or at least gave a thumbs up on something, right? Was it the 5th?
Well,
I think
no,
the 22nd.
yeah,
Maybe
not
22nd,
not
yeah.
the 15th. The 22nd, I believe.
22nd.
Turn
So,
20 seconds.
As long as everyone's good with that.
Yeah.
Should
Yes.
be. No more
Yep.
crazy work shit should be showing up.
Yeah.
Wait,
One-
what is this Wednesday? Yeah, Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, it's Thursday the 22nd.
Okay, yeah, I'm all good on that one.
Alrighty. Gentlemen, I'm gonna have to find some more difficult enemies for you guys to fight.
No.
Nah,
Let's go.
fam. Nah,
No,
fam.
that L-
That
that
was
L
a
messed
struggle. That
me
was a
up.
struggle. I was sweating.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah,
that was
I
the
was-
most damage I've ever taken. Like,
Yeah.
chill.
For sure, sweating it. Like, whoa.
I've never been hit that hard before.
Yeah.
I got-
me neither.
I got
Combat-
taken off guard.
Combat ratings mean nothing in this game.
I'm gonna start rolling natural ones as soon as it gets harder.
Oh my god, please, no.
Next time, 4 owl bears. Let's go.
No.
Hey, how about we don't say we didn't?
Don't worry, I got
That
some.
made it
I got
too
some.
hard.
I got some stuff up my sleeve that I'm planning. Don't worry.
Oh,
I heard-
jeez.
I heard so.
No.
What do you guys call a when you roll a one? I heard somebody call it a critical fumble the other day.
I say a no
Yeah.
one.
Critical fumble is kind of
Some-
I
funny.
say that one.
Yeah, some people
Critical
like
fail that card?
so a critical
Is it
fumble.
Def Leopard?
Yeah. Yeah, some people
Critical fail.
Yeah, some people use like there's like a critical fumble table that like
Oh.
would be like you like Holgrim tries to swing his battle axe or whatever or his warhammer and it like breaks. You know, it's like you roll a natural one and it's just like the absolute worst thing to happen. So it's I don't like those too much. Like a natural one is already I would rather just role play it like something
Yeah.
terrible
Oh, sure.
happening rather than
Right.
No,
something
absolutely.
or it'd be like some things I've seen that are pretty cool. Like I would say probably the coolest one I've seen is like if you roll a natural one like in a melee attack, then the monster gets a reaction attack on you for like
Oh.
missing so badly.
Holy fuck.
Shit.
That's nuts. Okay.
Yeah, there's some like I've seen some cool like homebrewed rules that are out there that like I've considered adding in, and this is just kind of stuff that I find out after the fact that I'm like, oh, I like it. I'm gonna add it into the game.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's cool though. I
Very
dig that.
cool.
Heck yeah.
But yeah,
This is definitely a good sesh.
Oh, y'all,
Slightly bummed we didn't move the card out of the way though, huh, Nayland?
Oh my gosh. I can't believe. No, he was there for a while, bro. That corpse was part of the map. Okay, that guy was there before.
That's like one of those guys you
Albert
find up
Sabbath.
out on like Mount Everest. You know,
Yeah, like he failed. He failed by his own volition.
Yeah, that was a 100% fail.
I don't know. I think Holgrim was onto something. That guy was a little suspicious.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
Maybe
was
that was
wondering
hush
if
money. Hush money.
Yeah, literally.
Y'all didn't see anything. Good night.
and goodbye.
y'all didn't ask him what he was up there for, so you know.
No, we didn't. Sir
We
Reginald Ocelot.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cat. Mr. Ocelot.
I was just wondering if he was there for the same reason we are. He
Yeah.
knew something.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was such a
I
good
guess
idea
not.
to like check the book, because if the book would have pulled towards him, like, bro, here we go again.
Right? What? Man. I wonder, I wonder what other words the book knows.
You gotta know
All of
some
them.
Some other map words.